Legend Total War here, and today we're doing a Rate Your Doomstack video covering a Plague Drone of Nurgle, Death's Head, Doomstack. You know, for the pox makers of Nurgle. We're going up against Cathay. It seems like everyone who builds a demon-based Doomstack wants to use Cathay as a punching bag. And I guess that's pretty good because that way we can compare how well they've gone against each other. So we're going up against, I think, 3 full stack armies. There are, if I count it correctly, 5. Yeah, there's 5 Terracotta Sentinels, which they're always the biggest problem for demons because Terracotta Sentinels are kind of like anti-demons, anti-single entity demon, right? Because they have really high melee attack, magical attack, and they're very difficult to kill. And you can't just get rid of them in with the army losses because of the Unbreakables. So you have to get rid of them. So any Doomstack that you sent up against them has to be able to take out Terracotta Sentinels pretty well. Anyway, let's just jump in here and we'll see how we go. So, I've already been doing a bit of testing with this to sort of gauge, because this is a unit that I don't personally use. And whenever somebody sends in a Doomstack that I don't use, I have to spend some time testing it. So, I've already fought this battle several times, trying to see what engagements they're good at, which situations they're okay with. But, you know, if I did that in one video, it would just take forever. You know, it's constantly testing it in various different situations. But I feel like I've tested enough time now that we can just sort of try to use it in the situations that benefits the most. But I could talk about situations that it really doesn't benefit, which there are a lot. Okay, you got to be very careful with this unit. So the Cultist of Nurgle should just be used as a way to tether us to the ground. We just need to make sure that he doesn't get routed or killed. And then we can stay up in the air as long as we want. So, just briefly talking about the Plague Drones. If we were to fight this battle just using them, this battle will take forever or we'll lose. Because there are so many engagements that these guys don't do well against. If you just throw them into a big blob, they die, right? Even Peasant Long Spearmen are strong enough to be able to take on a single Plague Drone of Nurgle, even with all of this physical resistance, and beat it. So you've got to basically take them out one at a time with melee attacks, right? If you're thinking about using them in missile attack, they don't have enough ammunition to justify shooting at infantry units, right? So I wouldn't say that this is a very good anti-infantry army. They're okay at taking out single entities, but they can be very derpy. You've got to make sure they've got a sufficient amount of room away from each other. If you blob them up and try to shoot, they'll just sit there and stare at it. If you try to go into melee with a single entity, they're very bad at it. They're just awful at taking out single entities. I had them trying to fight a Terracotta Sentinel, where it was just a Terracotta Sentinel, and all of them were swarming around it, and it was about 2 minutes, and they did about 400 damage. You know, this is a unit that's got 12,000 health, so you have to shoot them. Now, the problem then as well is that if you're shooting the Terracotta Sentinel and they've got any kind of firepower shooting at you, they will dish out more damage to you than you will to them. It's not worth the trade-off. All you have to do to deal with the Terracotta Sentinels is just don't land, essentially. They've got a lot of flying units. The flying units are fairly easy to deal with, so they're quite good at that. They can take out the Great Longma Riders pretty easily. But trying to take out a Sky Junk takes them a while to kill, and the problem with this situation is while they're trying to kill a Sky Junk, everything else is trying to kill them, and they get killed. They can be fairly tanky, but the enemy here have so much firepower that we'll end up using our regen cap. So, in this sort of battle here, using these guys on their own is going to lead to an extremely boring video, because I'm just going to have to be looking for the perfect engagement for like 45 fucking minutes. So, because this army here just can't cope, we're going to have to use the Lord and Hero. This is built into the Doomstack for a reason. You really should always put a spellcaster in the army, and we're going to try to rely on the Plague Drones as much as possible, but we have to use some magic, or else this battle will simply take too fucking long. So, what I want to do here is probably use the Purple Sun of Xerius on a lot of the infantry as they're coming in, just to thin them out a little bit, again, or else it's just going to take too long. Now, this first engagement over here, what we want to be doing is turn them off fire at will, because we don't want them shooting at bad targets. We've got a very small amount of ammunition. We need to make sure they're hitting good targets. We need to be shooting the cannons. If we can zigzag that as best as possible, that's good. Shoot the various cannons. melee the Great Long Marauders and try to shoot the Terracotta Sentinels as best we can. Those got fairly low range. Okay, so they're coming in, and gotta be careful because these Great Long Marauders here could do a fair bit of damage to us. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oops, my bad there. Well, that looked like a pretty good cast. Unfortunately, it went the wrong way. Unfortunately, you can't really direct shots, magic shots like you can in Warhammer 2. They wanted to give you less freedom with that stuff, which is annoying. Okay, take out the Sky Lantern there, and shoot the. Yep, how's this? Fire Rain rocket still active. Shoot that. So that's cast. Oh, I didn't actually do very much damage at all. It was right on top of them, but it moved out of the way. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes with vortex spells these days. Okay, Sky Lantern's down. That one's gone. Try to kill as much as possible the Terracotta Sentinel. Don't worry too much about the missile attacks over here. You have taken some damage. They're not on the ground, are they? No, I don't think so. Okay, these one here are too much in a blob. Let's move them up this way. Try to get rid of the Great Long Marauders. See, this is what I was talking about. It takes so long to kill them, they just end up getting shot to shit while it's going on. Now, here's the thing. If I land it, it's never getting back up. That's why we're not landing to try to get rid of their missile units. This is really the kind of unit that benefits more being in combined arms. I don't think it benefits much being in a spam stack like this. I just don't see a whole lot of value in it. Oh, we didn't finish the Grand Cannon off here. Did it do much damage? Yeah, it has done a bit. Yeah, now we're getting shot too much. This is what I'm talking about. Just can't stay in engagements that much. Yeah, bring them over. Bring them over here. And we can pop down our first heal. Now, we've got one of these which we should use on this unit here, I think. I really need to finish off that cannon. But yeah, you can see the damage output's pretty damn low. Alright, good, they took it out. Okay, now let's move all the way over here. I think we got rid of all the, most of the great... No, we haven't got rid of all the... Please don't tell me she's got... Fucking hell, she went dragon mode. That's a problem. That's a big problem, because she's fast on the dragon, which she's not that fast on the ground. How do we go against the artillery there? Let's just get them out of there. This is another big problem with them. They just really bad at getting out of engagements. Alright, we're going to have to fight Miao Ying. That's going to be a problem. She's going to be difficult to shoot. See, I didn't tell any of them to land, but they follow units down to the ground when they die. So irritating. Okay, you've got some abilities here that can help debuff her. And this one here is just kind of stuck. Okay. Still only taken one casualty, so if we... Okay, they're doing okay against Miao Ying there, but that might be because of the Lord. We should debuff her a little bit. Okay, good. We finally got rid of the Great Long Marauders. Those are really annoying just to... They just pester us. But in comes a big heal. Good, Miao Ying's down. Okay, I actually thought that was going to be more difficult than that. But with Miao Ying down, that will really help. With this army not being able to pester us that much. Alright. Alright, we've got some more summons. Let's just pop them in there. Do a bit of damage. Alright, these ones over here. Let's send just the heroes to go sort that out. And I want these guys to focus a little bit more on trying to get rid of the Terracotta Sentinels. Again, the reason why I'm not putting them on fire at will is because they'll fire at bad targets like Peasant Horsemen. But what I really need them to do is focus fire on the Terracotta Sentinels. However, if I just tell them to attack, they kind of... Oh, right. Some of them have melee mode on. Just turn that off. But these units over here, they can do tons of damage to us. Despite us having 65% missile resistance. But I can't land until the Terracotta Sentinels are dead. It will end in complete disaster. One of the biggest problems with them is that they take too long to start shooting. None of them are particularly obstructed. That's not a lot of damage. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel like that was strong. You know, when you've got a strong unit and you tell it to shoot something, or you know, attack something, they should kill them really quickly. And it feels right. That just didn't feel right. Especially while you're under missile fire from not especially dangerous units, but it just didn't feel like we were gaining an advantage there. Like, it just doesn't feel like a Doomstack. Like, when you're running like a really good Doomstack, it feels like everything is just super easy to get rid of. And when you're not running a Doomstack, everything feels like, I'm not making good engagements here. This isn't good, this isn't good, this isn't good. There's like so few engagements that actually feel satisfying. But that doesn't mean the army can't work, it just doesn't mean it's a Doomstack, you know? Like when we were running with the Bloodthirster Doomstack, it's like we could make any engagement we want and we always came out on top, but it doesn't feel that way with this. I feel like I have to really be careful about every single engagement that I make. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not a Doomstack. Okay, good, that's cleared out. Alright, enemy reinforcements still coming in. Alright, how much damage are they doing? Yeah, not that much. It's not worth it to come over here, right into all of these units' line of sight to get shot. Wouldn't be worth it. And it does take them a while to kill all the sky junk. Now, I would like to cast some spells, but they're so spread out that nothing's going to be particularly amazing, but that seems like the best spot right there. Alright, I'm just going to send them back over here, just have a bit of a... They're not tired. But yeah, I feel like the single entity rotflies are a lot less of a concern when sending them into a dangerous situation. Is it just me, or does it feel like that spell is nowhere near as strong as it was in Warhammer 2? Nowhere near. And it wasn't even that good in Warhammer 2. Because that was right on top of them, and I just barely got any kills. It's still pretty expensive. Oh well, at least you get refunded some of your wins of magic with it. So what I'm trying to do now is bring them around over here, hit the back of their line, wherever the Terracotta Sentinels aren't, essentially. Okay, that one got a lot of kills. Okay, that's good. Maybe we should watch out about ogres, because they'll prevent us from getting back up. Still a lot of reinforcements to come in. Alright, if we can get our guys to blob up, we'll give them another big heal. Yeah, we just can't engage into their center at all. We will lose if we do that. I know because I've tried it and it lost. Didn't do very well at all. When you're running them away from... Oh yeah, Celestial Dragon Guard. Yeah. Alright, let's try instead an overcasted Blight Boil on it. See if that does a bit better. Problem there is that... Oh, it's only 15 Winds of Magic. That's actually cheaper than... what's it called? Purple Sun of Xerius. Yeah, that was alright. I'm starting to rely too much on these guys and not enough on the actual units. I shouldn't be doing that, but it doesn't feel right using these units here. Come on guys, get over here. Alright, I'm gonna pull them back. We gotta get another heal in before we go in for our next engagement. Might bring these guys out here just for a little bit and just get them to draw some of their units away, trying to spread their army out a bit more, because the concentrated field of fire is just killing us too quickly here. I know we're mostly at full strength, but you got to keep in mind that there's only so much we can heal, and when we run out of healing, we will die very quickly. And even at 65% missile resistance, it's just not enough to just shake away all of their missile attacks as if it's nothing. You still got to take it into consideration. We can't tank all of their missile ammo.
The culture of pestilence.
So pop down a couple of these summons. Whatever. Let him fight for a little bit. He's got regen, so he'll be fine. Alright, let's get together for a nice big heal. Alright, I think I've got them all in there. Yeah, I think we got them all. So yeah, this guy here, if he could take out some of the missile units to relieve a bit of stress on them for us, that'd be good. Alright, we are essentially back up to full strength, but again, just charging them in here willy-nilly, not a good idea. But there's a Terracotta Sentinel there with not too many missile units here. So I'll send the heroes to just go and get rid of the missile units while these guys here shoot the Terracotta Sentinels. This guy here's doing just fine.
Praise the Earth Father.
So yeah, with like 17 units shooting at it, it just... I know we're blobbed up a bit too much. Let me go over there and get rid of that. Just doesn't feel like that's very impactful.
Earth Father's sacred servant. Herald of Nagala.
Yeah, it just takes them forever to bloody kill one of them. And while that's going on, the Celestial Dragon Guard are dishing out so much damage. Alright, at least they're kind of derped out a little bit over here now.
Praise the Fly Lord!
He's totally fine. So yeah, I think the Rotfly's got a bit of a problem where it's big, but it has low mass. So it's easy to shoot, but difficult for them to get out of melee. So they've kind of got the worst of both worlds there. Like, there's definitely units out there that are smaller than Rotflies, or Plague Drones, and have more mass.
Decay!
Yeah, he's doing just fine. Alright, we got some reinforcements coming in. Celestial Dragon Guard. If we send all of our forces against it, actually just all of our Plague Drones, without any heroes, we'll see how they handle them as the reinforcements come in, because there's not too much firepower coming at them there now. And this guy here, God, he did a good job.
Corruption is
You keep that up. Try to pin down all of these missile units.
The Plague Lord's servant! The rot rises!
Alright. Yeah, it's taken them a while to get rid of these archers. I know that this Celestial Dragon Guard are pretty damn high tier. Alright, we're pretty much out of magic. I need to generate some more, so I can put down one more Fleshy Abundance. Get some of these damage units up to full strength again. Alright. Cavalry incoming here. Let's see how they go against that. So those are the Jade Lancers. I don't feel like I need to use them right now, so keep them out of it. Let the army see how it does. Well, at least the Jade Lancers haven't done any damage back, but they might be trying to get to the rest of their army. Alright, here's an opportunity for us to showcase how shit these units are against the Terracotta Sentinel. Get these guys away from us. And let's pop down. I still need more magic. Direct these. Oh, hang on. I'll just fly over there and drop this down. So we'll see how much damage the Terracotta Sentinel does. Oh, God, it's already done 2,000 damage. Have this guy here try to keep some of their missile units away while we're trying to fight the Terracotta Sentinel. So this is what I'm talking about. We've barely done any damage to it, and it's fucking wrecking these guys. We've got it completely surrounded. There's a couple of cavalry units in there, but they're not doing much. Plus I debuffed it. Keep these ones out of here as much as possible. Good. Well, this guy's in melee with it. At least it's not going to be able to shoot. Yeah, put that down as well. Alright, there's the heal that we need. Alright, yep, it's dished out 5,000 damage, and we've only dished out 1,000 damage. Like I said, absolutely horrendous in melee against it. There are no other units there now defending it. It's completely on its own. And as you can see, it just can't handle it. So we got to get them out of there. We have to shoot them, or just use different units to dealing with them. They just can't handle it. So they have to shoot it. Okay. Didn't have enough magic to overcast it, but that looked like a pretty good spot to pop it down. So, they can definitely kill a lot faster when using their missile attack. None of them have the obstructed icon. But it doesn't feel like they're shooting very efficiently. And they're not super accurate either. Hang on, why did you stop? Just forgot its order. Hang on. Yeah, one thing I really don't like about Warhammer 3, apart from all the other things I don't like about it, when a unit runs out of ammunition and you've given it a missile attack order, they'll just rush into melee, even if they're in guard mode. It's very, very stupid. They don't do that in Warhammer 2. Once they run out of ammunition, they just stand there. Alright, let's summon the Great Unclean One here to fight that dude. Even though I know it won't win. We've almost gotten rid of it. But yeah, it just takes them way too long to do it. It's not good enough to have, 17 odd units firing at one target. I don't care what that one target is. It doesn't have any missile resistance or anything, just armor. And they just can't kill it in a timely manner. I know we're blobbed up, but it doesn't matter because they're firing down. None of them are actually obstructed. Alright, it's almost gone. Alright, Bouncer Power's looking good. There's no more reinforcements coming in. But we haven't yet definitely won. Because if we run out of ammunition and there's a few Terracotta Sentinels left, I just don't know how they're going to handle it. Guess I could just use Spirit Leech over and over again. Not really ideal. So how much damage does this one here do? Yeah, it did alright. Alright. Once we get rid of all of the Terracotta Sentinels, I'll feel a lot better about landing. Or at least get rid of most of them.
Spreading our father's word. Decay sends me on.
So, alright, we'll showcase this. I'll put them in guard mode, and then tell them to shoot something. And watch, as they run out of ammunition, they'll still go into melee.
So I go. Grandfather directs me. Wherever our father asks.
Although, they might kill this one before they run out of ammo.
Our father's word. Decay sends me on. Disease is a boon.
And, yep, you're on guard mode, you fuckwit. Okay, we got rid of it. There, just proved my point there. Okay, we actually inflicted the army losses, so that's good. That's good. We don't have to deal with the rest of this shit, but we have to deal with the Terracotta Sentinel still. Which I think we've got enough ammunition to do so. It was also quite an early army losses because as far as the game is concerned, we're almost at full strength. This is why we really couldn't let these guys here take too much damage in bad engagements, or else the army losses just wouldn't have come in this early, and we would have had to more or less fight them to the death. So yes, we got a heroic victory. We only lost 4 of the plague drones. And yet, I'm going to rate this pretty badly. Because there's a lot of elements in here that were... these guys were given free passes on things, which other armies didn't. If we have a look at the damage dealt out, it's not very high. I've already fought this battle loads of times before, which is why I use the heroes, because if I don't do it, this battle would have been another 15-20 minutes, and we would have gotten fucking wrecked. So if we have a look at the damage dealt, it's not that good. Now, it's not to say that this isn't a unit that you should ever use. But I don't think that you should spam them. I don't think it makes a good Doomstack, not even for Nurgle. Comparing this to the Beast of Nurgle Doomstack, we just let them do whatever they want, pretty much, and they killed everything. That was up against Kislev, though. Kislev tends to have more magical attack than Cathay. But we were just really, really conservative about every single shot. Most of the damage done with this was against archers that were trying to come in as reinforcements. And we relied very heavily on the heroes. Yeah. So what would I rate something like this? I'd probably give this something along the lines of 5 out of 10. You can make it work, but you have to work hard for it. And you absolutely need to put heroes into the army. You can't just rely on this. Compared to the other Doomstacks that we've rated, we have to rely more on outside effects. Like army abilities, special items, special spells, more so than just the plague drones. Now, you can win this battle just with the plague drones, but like I said, it takes a lot longer. You got to be going around and spreading out their forces a lot more, wasting more of their ammunition. It's just a massive pain in the ass. This army here is not idiot-proof, and the funny thing is about it is that this is kind of the ideal enemy to go up against. You know, Cathay, because they don't have much magical attack. If this goes up against Cinch, basically any Cinch army, and Cinch will just laugh it off. Cinch will just shoot at them. If they go into melee, beat the crap out of them. Too much magic attack, they bypass all their resistances. Their stats aren't particularly good. They go up against Khorne, and they could only handle a Khornate army if they stay up in the air and keep shooting it. That's basically the only way. So if you go up against too many Bloodthirsters, there's not much you can do, because it's difficult for these guys to outrun them. You know, go up against Slaanesh, which has no flying units apart from, what's it called? Harpies? Furies. Again, same problem, but at least with Slaanesh, their units are quite squishy, so you could potentially use this against Slaanesh, as long as you don't go up against too many armies. And then using this against mortal armies is probably ideal. But still, I don't really recommend this Doomstack, and I would rate it 5 out of 10, just because it's not idiot-proof, requires a lot of effort to get a good result. Like, this took a lot of tries before I really got the feel for this army here, so I just didn't really like it very much. And luckily the guy in the email even said that it's more of a meme than a Doomstack, but he just wanted to see what I think of it. So yeah, appreciate him sending it in. I think he's done about as best as he possibly could as to like building it, because he gave it the play that gives him 20% extra physical resistance. If we have a look at the various like redline skills, just okay, whatever. Just go to their turn. Just have a look at the stats of the general and whatever. I don't think there's much you can do to properly boost it. Another thing is that the tech tree for Nurgle is shit. At least currently. Might get improved down the track. So if we have a look. Disciplined, right? So looking at this. Extra melee attack and weapon strength. So that's pretty good. If you didn't have that, that'd be a problem. And then over here, gives them weapon strength and missile resistance. Also very good. But even with all of that missile resistance and melee attack, they still really struggle with that situation. They do have a lot of Like 24% extra weapon strength is pretty good. But they couldn't take out even a single, what's it called? Terracotta Sentinel in melee. It was almost a joke for them. They had to shoot it, and they just don't have that much ammo. 10's not very much. So if you went up against too many Terracotta Sentinels, you just wouldn't be able to handle it at all. But even that's a pretty rare situation. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.